It's another day, another blessed day. Boom, baby, boom. Rise and shine. It's your morning marijuana motivation time. Time is of the essence. Time is what we talk about here. It's your morning marijuana motivation time. I'm your host with the mostest, Marquis Saint. This is Saint's Addiction. I'm the LBOG. Today we got Elvis smiling and shining, and I want you to be smiling and shining too. Today we're going to talk about the delusions are real and how many of us, oh shit, somebody's already dropping in on the show. Like, y'all ready? Okay, well, let's get it ready. Show. Like I said this morning, show. I'm already up this morning. Somebody called me for designs on walls. In case you guys don't know, we do the vinyl stickers on the walls where people go like, hey, live, love, laugh. And what's the other things that people say? Any phrase. Actually, the guy was doing men's workout tank phrases like, don't wish work like I wore yesterday. And what else did he have? He had some, don't quit and always show up. And I mean, you guys know the phrases, the motivational phrases, and I just love it. I said, flexing on them hoes. And he started laughing. I was supposed to be professional. I'm like, flex that, bro. I'm gonna be fucking flexing on them hoes in my garage with my 6 stickers, designs on wall saying, pump up, saying, get them. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody needs some of that. Everybody needs a little bit of motivation. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get that motivation. We're gonna get it in this morning. We did 2 hours yesterday. I don't know. I think I'm gonna be doing another 2 hours. I want to do it on Sundays. Do a saintly Sunday. Just came up with that, and do a saintly Sunday. And let's get into it, shall we? Ooh, grapefruit juice. Some grapefruit juice. We got some grapes. Let's see if anybody gets tickled into the show. Yeah, what's up? So anyway, I can smash breakfast after, but after we smoke, we eat. 420 and eat. Smoke, eat. The munchies. So today's topic was the delusions are real. And you know what? Hold on. Let's get this show started. Hold on, let me change this for you too.
Yeah, I'm a German guy, but German beer is better than Leo beer. But the Leo beer is the best in Thailand, so fuck off Leo beer in my head, but not on my fucking t-shirt, not on my fucking tank top. I need Leo beer in my fucking head because I'm German. So, beer, it's important.
Beer, it's important. My friend's drunk in Thailand. He's German, but he's in Thailand, and he left me that this morning. I think a little bit. Whoa. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to play something for you guys this morning. What's it called? It was called something. I can't remember. It's not a music show. I had to think about it. I was like, I don't want to be blocked on the show and demonetized. Not that I care about the money, but they just won't let it circulate. And this is what it's about. It's about reach, preach, and teach. And I'm just loving my logos right now. This LBOG. This is vinyl as well. So if you guys want to get photos on shirts, we can print the actual photo on the shirt. This is the actual old school photo. Look how happy and young he is. All these weirdos in the background. I love it. He's an LBOG. I'm an LBOG. And we're going to talk about delusionalities. The realities that we live by and the decisions that we make. And we act like it's a fucking game. We've all played Mario Brothers. And we all know that life is serious and it's based off decisions, but we didn't reflect on that. Oh shit, we're supposed to get in on this. We can get ourselves a caller. No, not yet. Let's get into the morning marijuana motivation, and then we'll get a caller. That way they don't bogart the mic and take over the show and think it's all about them and talk about side subjects. I'd like everybody to call and talk about the subject. I noticed that about Kevin Samuel's show. People would just call and go, oh, is that what we talking about? Like, come on, girl, get with the program. What we talking about is delusions. How delusional you are thinking that you're going to have 2 children, fresh divorced, and get a man like me. I'm trying to put it out there. It was so weird to me to watch these shows and learn about relationals and what people are expecting and what's going on in their heads or expectations, right? Because expectations are only real as long as they are met, right? And I'm a big dreamer, so I want people to dream, but I also want people to work. And one of his phrases was, don't wish work, was one of my phrases. His was a little bit different. Actually, I can tell you what his is. I'll tell you the phrases right now. It was something like "Don't wish work." It was uh, let's see, pick your hard. I love that. Pick your hard. You have to pick your hard. Keep showing up. Keep showing up. Keep showing up. What about don't wish for it, work for it? That's what he said. Don't wish for it. Don't wish work is what I said. It's basically condensed version because I got Saints addiction and I'm OCD and it has to be 4 letters and it has to be 3 in a row. Don't wish work like it has to be. It can't be like a 5 letter. I'm just OCD. Anyway, that's Saints addiction. Anyway, work harder. I always have try harder. This is like we're thinking the same thing. GTTFG. I have no idea what that means. If you want to comment below, please tell me what that means. GGTTFG. Not a fucking clue what that means. Okay. You can have results or excuses, not both. Okay. And I'm glad I ended with this one because that's what we're doing. We're doing both. We want our cake and eat it too. We don't want to make decisions. We don't want to have accountability. We don't want the results. And I think that's what really shouts past all our personalities. We can bitch and moan about everything, which we do. What's the result? Okay. Kind of like what we did in the BU seminar. Is it working for you? Let's bust up. I'm gonna just leave that out there because it's a easy question to ask, but not easy answer. Not easy to answer. It's gonna be a deep thing to go and go. I wanted to go get my college education. I was told to be a strong, independent Black woman, and now all of a sudden I'm independent. I've been set up for failure. I know that women don't make as much money, but then I went to go get a career, compete with other men instead of cooperate with other men and communicate with other men. Now I'm competing with other men, and now I see you as a competitor, someone that steals food off my children's plate, and then I got to execute you like we do each other, men on men level, right? We do this to each other, and then women want to be on the same level, and it's delusional. It's like, why do you want to get into an assassination contest? That's not very smart decision making. And then it's like, same with like in education. You would think that was smart decision making, but now you have an education like the guy has the education, and you realize that he's struggling to find a job that fits the college education, and so is she. And then the struggle becomes more real, and the delusion becomes more real, and it's like you guys didn't want to work as a team. And it's just facts that most people are in on themselves. Very delusional behavior, We are in it to win it for ourselves. We see first place winners, and as long as you win, it doesn't matter who else wins. And then that becomes very myopic, right? Men, me personally, men in general, we're kind of brought up to be like that. Who's the home run hitter? Who's the slam dunk contest? Who got the most touchdowns? Who got the most sacks? Competitive. Measuring sticks. How much did he weigh? How long was his reach? How fast did he knock him out? Measuring sticks. How fast does he run? All measuring sticks. But women don't do this by the measuring sticks. They don't want to go out to the measuring sticks and say, how much do I weigh? Well, that's not fair. I'm always going to gain 20, 30 pounds per kid that I have. I'm 60 pounds overweight, and I'm only 5'4", 5'2", pushing as much weight as a man. That's just facts. We weighed each other, we measured each other, but you don't want to weigh yourself or measure yourself. And then you put yourself on a lifeline and go, well, I did have 2 kids. Well, that puts you out ahead of things. And what's really, case in point, is really shocking about this information and the way we've been processing it. We're delusional. We're delusional. We're not counting the effort that our parents put together. I heard one girl say last night, I don't want to end up a housewife. I don't want to end up a slave, a home slave. And it's like, you need to be slapped. Slavery was a real issue. Slavery really did motherfucking happen. And while you're out there, back it up. Hey, I gotta watch this guy. Oh, that's the oil lady. She's too cool. Could smell some gas this morning. She's working on the line, and it's a woman. See, the delusions are real that you think it's just all a man trade, and that you're the only one that has to do the trade. You're full of shit. Come on, gay lady, pull it up. Pull it up. We don't need to pull up all day. Just pull it up. Handle it. You want to be in a man's trade, you gotta handle it. And then when you're done handling it, now you gotta go home and pull in the woman's trade. Like, who's gonna feed the kids? Who's gonna raise them? And that becomes a team effort instead of a singularity effort. We do too many things by ourselves. We're the CEO and the janitor, and nobody wants the janitor job. Everybody wants to be the CEO, and nobody wants to do both jobs. But then you'll realize that the CEO did all the jobs. That's what you're supposed to do as a captain of your ship. You're supposed to know every rope, sail, and sailor on that bitch, and we don't do that. We have no accountability. We have no acknowledgement. We just in delusion where somebody's gonna appear, kind of like a religion. When somebody's just gonna appear instead of getting up 7 a.m. and asking me for designs on walls and making it happen. You just think somebody's gonna appear. No, you have to put it out there. Like, who does that? Well, I got tagged this morning. Thank you, Daniel. Daniel tagged me in a thing, and I do designs on walls. You want your live, love, laugh. You want your family name. You want a crest. You want a photo for an event. Designs on walls. Designs on floors. Designs on fucking doors. We have it all because vinyls are just stickers, but it's the effort behind it, right? Like, I put in effort so that I could have a system that makes me enough income so I could support a family. Now you're out there making an income trying to support a family. Now we're both on this thing trying to support a family instead of build a family. And that was the shocking of the delusionment that, you know, I thought I was ready to have a family. I thought as soon as you were pregnant, you get married, you go through with it. You know, you finish the deal that you started, no matter if you liked your lot or not. And the women I was hearing from on Kevin Samuel's show was, she's like, oh, that deadbeat. She just couldn't wait to talk shit about, oh, can't believe it. And like, excuse me, ma'am, you talk that way in front of your children. And then what do you think they're going to do? They're going to all of a sudden respect men, and now they're going to have disrespectful attitudes when they talk to men. They don't want to adjust it. They don't want to adjust it. We have to adjust it in the corporate office and in front of another boss. We have to pipe that shit down. I'm not the leader in this scenario. But the woman, especially my ex, wanted to be the CEO. I'm not looking for a co-CEO. I kept calling it, oh, you co-sharing, co-signing. You know what they used to say when somebody, yeah, on top of what you said, yeah. You know, I don't need no co-signers. I don't need no Robins to my Batman. I don't need no sidekicks. But that's what the position she saw herself as. I marry you, I become, instead of king and queen, we become co-CEOs instead of partners, instead of building a team and an empire. Now I'm competing with you inside my own empire. And that's what I was trying to explain to her, and I'll try to explain to other people. Just go on a whole nother tangent, because this is real for us to think that we deserve something. I was talking about it yesterday, right? We think that we deserve to be loud, that we deserve to interrupt people, that we deserve to not listen. But here's what ends up happening. We forget that people are also judging us. We can see when somebody is hard to train, hard to work for, what is uncoachable. That's the word I would describe that, uncoachable. See, if you already knew the answers, why are you here? If you already have all the answers and all the solutions, why are you here? And it's obvious that you are here because your old relationship got busted. You didn't get the skill sets from it. And now you're 2 kids strong, middle aged, 35 years old. These are the last of your eggs. These are the last of your youth. And you're looking at the door like, oh shit, I made the wrong decisions. I slept with the wrong dude. And now I'm divorcing him. And now I'm a divorcee. I'm a broken teammate. Didn't see it that way. They was like, I just got out of the situation because I chose to. I kept hearing, I feel. You know what? I feel like, shoot, 6 figures. And you're like, you sound ignorant as fuck. First of all, you didn't even think about what you were gonna say, and then you have no substantiated evidence, right? Like, we can think that we don't have to move out of the condo, like I talked about the girl in the car, but you're not on the lease. And then you're just like, oh shit, I have no leverage. Show my attitude, and keep your attitude. It's like everyone else. When you're interacting with the boss, you want 2 more. You want to fuck with the bull, you'll get the horns, dog, and they'll fire your ass. They'll fire you and your attitude. In any job that you've ever had, they'll fire you and your attitude. That's what you're showing up with. They want you to show up on time and show up smiling. And you over here pouting, telling people what it is. So if that works with if you think that's going to work at the job, how do you think that's going to work at the CEO? Somebody that built the damn thing, and you're going to tell them how to run it. My ex, I guess I could call her next out. I would be talking about laser cutting some shirts because I do some experimental shit. So why don't you cut 12? And I'm like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Instead of talking, you should be listening right now. She didn't want to be submissive. She didn't want to be a listener. She didn't want to be a learner. She wanted to be right. And how many of us fuck up our peace because we want to be right? Well, you right and you single. Like, you can stay right, but you going home to your dog. And how many people are doing that right now? Everyone's doing that. Everybody's going to keep their dog company. They all do the sushis and shots, but they're all going home alone. So you're not doing something right. And you don't want to admit it because you got your college degree. I'm a PhD. Pretty hot and dumb. You know, like, I just made that up, but you're pretty hot and dumb. Like, you got your PhD, and now you're competing in a man's field instead of cooperating with a man. Most women would rather go get a job and a condo and a career, which I totally gave up to go around the world and be free. The thing I kind of gave up on, the thing that we're all kind of chasing, into being a trap. Now you got to have a high paying job because you bought that high paying car and that high paying condo. Now you're paying it for yourself and your time. Your most valuable assets, your youth and your time. No other older women are trying to get uglier. They're not trying to get older and ugly. They're trying to be younger and pretty. And that's what other women's are chasing. But instead of chasing your men's in the prime years, you're gonna wait till your eggs are frozen. What did he call it? Geriatric pregnancy. Geriatric pregnancy after 35. That's a fast biological time. But you switched to the male role and you went like, yo, I want to get a college degree. That's 6 years. I'm going to just cash that in. How about that? But then I'm going to be educated. Then I'm going to be independent. Then I'm going to be strong. But now you don't know how to communicate. Now it's time for you to be, someone's going to be your boss. You got to communicate with them. You got to act right. Somebody's going to cut your check. My customers are my boss. I got to act right too. So I own my own business. I'm unfireable, but I can be fired by a customer. I can be bad mouthed, bad reviewed, and it's up to me to keep that shit on tight. It's up to you to keep your shit on tight. It's up to you to keep your shit on tight. It needs to be said because so many women are out of pocket. They feel they're emotional. It's time to let the valve off. You can let your valve off, but nobody's going to be around when your valve closes. And it's just what happens to all of us. As soon as we stay angry, how many people want to kick it with you? I'll wait. And you're so right that everybody wants to be around you, right? Have you ever been around somebody that's always right? I try to be always right all the time. It's no fun. I have no chill. I had to tell people what it is and the fact. Until I just chill the fuck out was just a joke. Relax. Chill out, dude. Like your boy Bart Simpson used to say. What did he used to say? Eat my shorts, man. No. It was yeah, something like that. Chill, dude. I don't know. Famous Bart Simpson's face is so fucking high already. A quarter of a blunt. But we gonna get into a deep subject today, I'm telling you. Famous Bart Simpson phrases.
Here's a
Eat my
summary
shorts,
from
don't have a
Simpsons
cow,
Wiki.
not I come
Fandom.
get
Bart
man, I'm
Simpson.
Bart Simpson.
Eat my
Come on,
shorts.
I didn't do
Don't
it.
have a
Oh
cow,
man.
I,
Oh, that wasn't
caramba.
it.
Get
That
bent.
wasn't it.
I'm Bart
That
Simpson.
wasn't.
Who the hell are you?
Who the hell?
Cowabunga. I didn't do it. Often followed by nobody saw me do it. Aw, man, and more.
Oh man. Yeah, dog. 10 super phrases of a Bart Simpson. He's super catchphrasey, dog. But what I'm not busy looking up catchphrases while I'm high. The point was to chill the fuck out. All right, find some chill. These girls are so combative, they don't even see it. They're like, "Can I ask something now?" And it's like you weren't even listening, and that's a huge issue because someone's trying to educate you, enlighten you on the person you're trying to talk to. You're trying to talk to a man. He's trying to tell you. It's kind of like us listening to a woman. If you ask us, does this make me look fat? I gotta listen to you. Now you can ask me the same question, like, does this make me look fat? And I can pay attention to it, or I can pay attention to you. Like, do you want the real answer? And that's what's really going on. We're not looking for the real answer. We want the answer that makes us feel good, that we feel that we did something right. Like, okay, I don't love the dad, so I don't want the kids to be around them. Now they have no structure. These children were walking in, keeping their heads looking at no respect to an adult speaking on the phone because they're not got no training. So now when they're in the adult world, they're in the business world, they're going to interrupt. They're going to think it's okay to interrupt, and people are going to start demoting them. So we're only doing ourselves a disservice. That's the delusion of our disservice, that our value went up after we had two children. You're lying to yourself because the younger one, when you were there, you're competing against your old self. How about you? Your body minus the 60 pounds without the two kids. That's who you're competing against. You didn't see that. We as men, we see it. We know when I'm fucking 40, I'm going to be wrestling against my 22-year-old self. I'm 42. I'm going to go 20 years down in the line. No, because when we watch that stuff, we put those stats up there. We watch a fighter. First thing it says is age. Next thing it says is height. Next thing it says is weight. Next thing it says is reach. And it's all your stats. So what is your height? What is your weight? What is your reach? You know what I mean? Like, you got to ask yourself without being delusional. I'm 5'7". I don't go after big chicks. They don't really go after me. I'm not in disillusionment, you know? And everybody seems to think that their prices are so high. Like, if you can ask a high price, that you're going to get a bidder. That's not how the marketplace works. You can outprice yourself in the marketplace. You can ask for too much money and never sell your house. Even in how housing market, you can still get no sales. So it's like, everybody thinks their shit don't stink. They're more for doing the less. They're trying to be a clever monkey without being a hardworking monkey. They're trying to skip the steps that it takes to become the thing that it is. And that's where you missed it. You missed the guy getting up at 7 a.m. contacting me for his motivation. It's not just that he works out, it's that he concentrates on what he works out. And he concentrates so much that he came up with 6 phrases. And those 6 phrases is what we're printing out. So, you know, quick art, doing it right, reach, preach, and teach it to people. It's a beautiful thing. It's like that pigeon flying by. But we in the delusion, man. We thinking that alcohol's gonna solve it. Just like my friend just like, I beat it in my head. No, you got a broken heart. He's probably not even watching, but he broke up with his girl. I met them in Brazil. Now she's kissing some other dude in Australia. Small world. One minute you think they're the couple, the next minute they're not. One minute you think you're getting married, and the next minute you're not. One minute you're on a team, and the next thing you're single. And I don't think that my ex really calculated that very much. That she didn't see the lessons that she lost from the other relationship. For me, it was all fresh. I never had any pregnancies, but she wouldn't let me name my own kid. Like, I was arguing about the name. This is my first child. You've already got two. What you talking about? Delusionment. You know, the weight issues, right? I mean, I need you to work out. I don't think that you're fat, right? I mean, I called her fat because she was getting fat, but she stopped working out. And I said, Mark, how dare you? I'm like, who's going to tell you the truth if you're inside? If you told me I got fat, I got to listen. If you told me my beard was too long, I got to listen. If you told me I got to watch my tone, I have to listen. So it's like, we want to be able to teach and preach, but not listen and learn. And I had to be as much of a learner as a teacher, and that's been one of my evolutions. But that's what it's supposed to be, an evolution together. Thank you very much. And we don't want to evolve together. We want to do it separately. We want to show up as a prize package that has certain stats. The girl with the list, watching the Steve Harvey list, this girl was crazy. Can't like fall. Oh, and then he wants to go pumpkin patch and apple dipping, and it's just everyone's fucking. It's so same. And she had some of the most ridiculous lists out there, but she was no prize herself. So you can make all the lists you want, but like, do we all get what we really want? Do you go into the store and get everything with a photo on it? No, you don't. No, you don't. You kind of control yourself. But when it comes to women and their wants, they don't control themselves. They didn't control their expectations, and they didn't control their temperament. So now you're like wondering. I mean, it's kind of some sort of harsh to say complacent or non-combative or submissive, right? This is what men want. We don't want to compete when we come home. Right, we already competed out in the real world. You're supposed to heal the soldier, get me back in battle so I can come back with spoils. They don't see it that way. They both wanted to go into battle, leave the kids behind, untrained, unwatched, unsafe, and then now that we're both battle beaten, there's no sex for us. There's no enjoyment for us. We're now part of the plan. You know what I'm saying? Instead of part of the solution, now we both are on the front line, both shell shocked by life, stress, and the delusion became real. The breakdown in the family became real, and now the stats are showing it very true. That sucks that our family cycle is broken down. Most people don't use their degree, and most families are getting broken up. And this is here we are, and 80% of the women are initiating it. So I'm sure you felt your first baby father's was a fuck up. I'm sure you do. You know what I mean? But it's still your fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to ride your horse through the finish line. People are trying to switch horses midstream. You made a decision back in the stream, back before you started crossing the river, and that's how Oregon Trail works. But a lot of people are on some reset button. I know for sure she just stepped out on me. She went the easy route, like, oh, I got pregnant, I had the sex, but I'm gonna have the abortion. Now my solutions are clear. Are they really? Like, they really clear? One day you're gonna have to tell the truth to your next prospective guy. You know what I mean? In case you can still have kids because you're 35, but now you got to explain it to them. You're gonna have to sit there. Hi, I'm not gonna shout out your name, but you're gonna have to introduce yourself and smile and pretend like you're the best human being in the fucking world, but your karma's behind you. All of our karmas are behind us and in us, right? So I too have to go smile and meet my next person. Hi, I'm Mark. I'm your prospective lover. And by the way, my last relationship ended in abortion. My last relationship was very abusive. I've had a lot of abusive relationships actually, and I'm part of the to blame. who who answers their interviews? Who tells the truth in the interviews? Usually you tell the degree that you don't have, or the degree you didn't complete. No, you say, oh yeah, I finished college. I'm sure you did. Easier said than done. And everybody likes to say things that they would do, but now you got to tell the truth. And that's what I'm saying to people is eventually our shit stinks. Eventually we're having bad days. Eventually it's not all awesome days on top of, and we keep climbing and climbing. That's like our perspective of tulips, right? We want to get the most bang for the buck. It's like the mansion prices and the housing prices just go out of reach for everyone starts chasing this thing. Unchaseable shooting stars, right? We're just like trying to catch shooting stars instead of building stars. And that's like, wait, what? Yeah, everybody's trying to find it instead of make it, right? They don't want to make it. They want to just be lucky enough to find it. They want to be the lottery winner. And even the lottery winners have shitty lives. So again, we're under disillusionment that the money's going to fix it all. The money's going to exasperate it all. I can tell you that because you've watched it many times. You've watched the Whitney Houstons. The most talent in the world drowning herself, yo. She's under the muck. And we like to build those people up like they have the best life in the world. And the truth is that they all have a struggle. We all are human. We're all going to have that broken relationship. It's what you do with it. Some of y'all had babies with them. Some of y'all had abortions with them. Some of y'all divorced. Some of y'all still single. Some of y'all, and I can say y'all because it's all of us, like all of us are on the reach for oxytocin right in the morning. That's what I'm getting from you right now, and calling our friends and checking and say, hey, you still alive? You on Facebook? And it's almost like the only way we know if we're alive is if we post. I hear people say good morning, like they're saying good morning to a room full of people. And that's what we're under. We're under disillusionment. And like this goes out to the whole world. This is the worldwide internet. No, it's not. They don't have it in Africa. They block it in China. You're tripping. And we like to think it's going to reach everyone, but then the truth is that they only put out 7% of your content. 7. That's less than 10%. That's a horrible percentage. That's almost condom percentages. And there we are. Still relying on them. Still posting like the world is seeing it. The only thing that we're seeing is our psychology, our egos, our fears. We're exposing ourselves. We're showing our own diary. And that's where we can get delusional, that this other meta world, fake world exists. And we start losing contact on how to talk to people in the real world where that really exists. Oh God, it has fear. Oh God, it has discomfort. Oh God, it has conflict. I can't possibly live. I can't possibly adult today. But that's exactly what it is. It's not this pre-programmed world where you go up to somebody and they're just fake ready for you to play with. That's not what people are. People are coming in hot. They got all sorts of issues, the dumpster fires galore, and you're running around as a firefighter, and sometimes you're on fire too. But that's the real world. Like if you want to go to Star Wars land, people do a full Star Wars marriage just so they can live in an alternate universe, the metaverse, right? If we have to use his term, but an alternate universe where my real reality and my fat body and my loser ways and my bad habits, I'm now on Tatooine with the fucking Luke Skywalker with my goggles on going 600 miles per hour. And I'm sure for entertainment sakes, when I have time to entertain myself, right? But I don't have time to be entertaining myself. I don't have time to play Tatooine and pretend that everything's okay in my world. I need to go make it okay in my world. I need to make my own Tatooine instead of George Lucas's life. He has a Skywalker Ranch, man. He's got a home. He's doing good. Very good. Billions of dollars good. So, I mean, you can keep paying his bills, kind of like what I told my best friend, I mean, you can keep paying, what's his face's bills, just for your own entertainment and your mind to get numb. You could be Bill Gates's 34th house or however many things he's doing. But that's the point. I'm being real with you. That's the point. We sit here and sit here and sit here. I know I was on the balcony a lot sitting, but there wasn't a lot of doing. And I'm just being honest on it because it's like, unless we are creating, which I read something really cool today. One of my friends posted this. She said, the adult that creates is the child that survived. And I just thought that was amazing. Quote. I don't know who wrote that quote. Quotes on shirts. If you know who wrote the quote, please comment below. But the adult that creates is the child that survived, and that's I think the most awesome quote I've heard in a long motherfucking time. So be the adult that survived. Be a part of the solution. A lot of us are just still walking time bombs from the thing that just blew us up. And I know for me, after the abortion, I felt like I got hit by a car. Literally, like I literally got hit by a car. Now it happened, but I'm out of the car. My ears are bleeding. My ears are ringing, and like my hands are vibrating. I could literally feel these effects, and it was just such shock. Life has so much shocking events to us, jar jocking, when we're not busy pretending that it's perfect, and we're under this delusionment. Like, well, let me go fix my hair, put on some fake eyelashes, sit in front of a camera, and now I'm in the corner all day. You're like baby in the corner, just sitting. So, I'll tell you what, by the time we spark up this other blunt, I'm gonna get on the Saints Addiction Instagram, and we're gonna go live again on that channel, on my YouTube. See if we can't cut this down a bit. The next 14 days, we are on a build-a-thon, because I'm building something here. I'm building a different show. There's a 1 hour long show, but now about to be 2 hour long shows. So I'm gonna let the other hours go and start doing a podcast. Maybe on the Saintly Sundays, right? So we can all get that healing. It's so important people get the healing. I could keep it all inside, but we're about that healing. I want to go outside of myself and say, man, this is the stuff that I use to hack my own depression. That's what Saints Addiction is. I had to get something saintly to my addiction because the addiction was real. What was I going to do to combat that? Like to learn from it. Like we all have some sort of negative ways about us, that some things, well, everyone has an addiction, but habitual things that we choose and not even probably notice is one of the hardest things to do, is to break a motherfucking human habit. It's what we kind of become comfort creatures. We're like, well, if I keep getting a fresh cup of coffee, that's my comfort. And then you look back on the table and there's 20 fucking cups of coffee, and you're like, I am habitual. Or you got to make your bed every morning, or your habits. You can't make them all up. Humans make them up, Like, I don't even have to sit here and tell you the weird OCDs, like I gotta turn my keys 3 times and do a high five this way, or do my free throw this way. Humans, man, we are really weird creatures of habits, and we form these habits because it gives us comfort, and that's what we're talking about, the comfort of life. And it only gets comfortable when you've learned from it. It's training us all the time. It's like kung fu's hard at first, I'm sure. Running's hard at first, I'm sure. And it is. That life is hard, and no one's got a promise face for you. But we're all over here in the disillusionment. Well, I'm gonna win the lottery, And then he comes over, Mr. Kevin Samuels, gets the calculator out and does the math, and asks you some strict questions, serious questions that are gonna have to come up with a math equation. There's a serious question to it. It says, how do you feel your market values this when you have this many miles? And it breaks women down like a used car. And I used to sell used car, which is, there's a lot of intrinsic values in used cars. So he kind of minimized it, always goes to the money and says it's all about the money. That's an easy cop out to me. He's copping out through money because he knows men make more money, and that their dream can always be shot down. The argument can always be shot down because they don't make enough. So it's like, who's going to take care of it? Who's going to pay for everything? It's a very simple argument. But it was really the question I had that, or he didn't say, he was going to just always going for the money, who's going to afford it without a man. He was misogynist about it. But now that we have the new world and people have equal opportunity, I really want to say who you're going to play right with. No, I'm serious. Like, I think most people find success to be the end all goal, right? But success is what happens after you have survived all your disappointments. Nobody wants to be disappointed. Nobody wants to swing. Definitely not in their 20s. These girls want their hoe face. I'm in my 20s. I'm in my prime. I'm not going to have no babies, not with this body. Cool. Well, the whole evolution of giving you those flowers and petals to attract bees is about to wilt. They're not always on. Oh, man. You see my chat? Beard problems. What the? Wow, that just went everywhere. That's disgusting. So this is why I have multiple things. Beard problems. Beard problem number one: snot. It's not food, actually. It's not. But anyway, you know, we make decisions as if they're not calculatable later. Like, you know, going to college, having children, the big questions, and he can ask you that. What's your age? You can't lie about that, but some people try to. There's a disillusionment about that. What's your height and weight ratio? You want to lie to yourself. No, no. I don't care what a man thinks. Give a fuck about a man. What about heart disease? Like, it doesn't care if you're black, white, man, woman, dog. Like, it's heart disease, and if you're eating the sugar, you're gonna get the responsibilities and the consequences of that. But nobody want to hear that. How much you weigh? Oh, I'm thick. Thick doesn't come up on the scale. Someone asked you a direct answer, and that's why people don't have goals and they don't reach them, because when they ask you, well, how much money you want to make? Oh, 400, 500,000, a mil. The chick just throwing out mil, foul. Like these phrases, like they can earn it because they say it, and it's like, that's impossible. You're being irrational, right? So sure, you could be Doogie Howser and be 16 and finish college in 2 weeks. That's like the exception to the rule, right? But most kids take about 4, 5, 6 years to complete college. So now you got to know that you're putting a bulk of time into your education. I made the decision myself. It took me 6 years to complete college at UNLV, and some parts community college. I think the first 1 or 2 years I could get as many of the cheap credits as I could from the community college, because I was paying for myself. But eventually, you get a degree. Dude, I'm in marketing, but I had to teach myself marketing, and it's like um, in my passion, but no one I know. And that sucks. It's not like the degree's going to guarantee, but I'm aware of that, right? Like, I'm aware of that, like painfully aware of it, right? And other people are in disillusionment about it, that they're shocked at the outcome, that the debt has been taken 50, 150 to 100 grand. That's how much you could have started a business. I hear kids that don't even want to go to school. They're just going to do TikTok so they can make money. The disillusionment is real, right? You think that you're going to make the money that Beyonce's doing. The guy's asking you, what do you put yourself at? 8, 9, 10? Okay, well, Beyonce's 8, and or her sister Kelly Rowland is an 8, and her sister's a 9. Where do you put yourself? Right there. And you're like, have you ever done modeling? No. You're a size 10, and you're comparing yourself to a size 2, but you want to live in that reality. Well, unfortunately, you can live in that reality, but unfortunately, that's not your reality. You're sitting there in the apartment without any modeling contracts, without any boyfriends, and that's the real reality. So we can pretend reality. We put it on the stage, man. I'm on my mom's fucking patio, but this is where the whole morning marijuana motivation works. For most people, they would be embarrassed to be at their mom's. Man, I love being at my mom's so I can spend time with her. Like, the time is so important that I get to see her, touch her, ask if she's all right. It makes me feel good inside. We have meals together. We make time together. We start bonding. I can't do that in Thailand. I'm gone for 6 months in Brazil. She doesn't even get to see me. I mean, we can type and stuff, but she doesn't even get to see me. So when I'm here, I try to get as much time in as I can, because I know I'm going to go back to, or not back, but go to Spain. I've never been to Spain, so I can't say back to Spain, but about to go to Spain and Switzerland and some places that I've never been. I guess I should be more focused on being excited in that adventure, but it's more about business and doing calm CBDs and bringing it worldwide, and everybody's going to get calm. And we're shipping buds all over the world, CBD flower, and really sending the calm. So send them calm, give them calm, right? Well, that should be a good calm phrase. Get your calm on. Okay, anyway. Whoa. So while we're developing things, being creative, this is about 40 minutes of being high and stoned and stuff like that. Um, Let me drive the point home because you get the hour. The tough part is not knowing that you're delusional, and I think that's what Kevin Samuels was really bringing to people, is not knowing your own disillusionment. And that happens to be with being self-aware. I am aware I'm 42 years old living on the couch at mom's house. I'm aware of that. For the truth to be told, I don't have a studio yet. We're going to manifest that. But I've been offered studios, so it's not like a far-fetched thing for me to tell you. I've done the work and I've been recording the show for 10 years. I can say that, like it's not in my hand, but it's going to be there. That's the type of entrepreneurial delusionment that we're talking about. You're going to almost have like an entrepreneur. You're going to build your parachute after you jumped out of the airplane. And this kind of behavior, right? Again, it's the wishing behavior, is what a lot of people have. Right? There's a lot of people that are under the influence of dreams, and I want you to stay under the ether. What I also want you to do is do the work. You're going to need a big dream to get you through to the work. No one's up at 6, 7 a.m. They want to just stay delusional. They want to stay asleep till 10, whatever, and then assume that they're going to wake up to the dream being real. And that's a dream, right? Or a nightmare, because you're living in a reality that's not real. As soon as you wake up, you're back to your real life. And that was something that depression had set in on me back in the day when I was really depressed. I felt like I fucked up my whole life, and I'm 21, 22 years old, and I'm sleeping a lot and letting the days go by. How many of you have let the days go by? Just not want to live my reality. I'll tell you the truth. I got arrested for selling ecstasy pills in a nightclub. I was working at another nightclub, so they fired me, so I lost my job. Girlfriend broke up with me, lost my girlfriend, lost my condo, lost my car. Pretty much lost my life in like a 2-week span, and got arrested the whole bit. And the longer story short is that the responsibility was a whole domino effect, right? That my whole life could be affected by these things, and I didn't want to be affected by these things. I wanted it to be someone else's reality. I'm mad about it, so I'm just going to get more mad and more abusive to myself. I'm doing the 4 a.m. go get some more ice cream, pints of ice cream, just to make yourself feel better. Bury myself in my feelings and my emotions and my food. And that's what we do. We find a way to make ourselves happy. Sushi, shots, and then we're going home drunk alone. I know I get a little hungry after sushi. I don't know about anybody else, but what about the next meal? Now I just spent $30, $40 on one meal when that could have been four meals throughout the day. We're making impractical decisions and living in delusionment, like I'm going to be financially stable if I eat out all the time. That's why I couldn't date this Brazilian girl. She lived in a disillusion where I can't afford to, but I still go. You can't afford it, and just listen to yourself. Get some self-control. Get some self-control when you're talking to people too. Not her, but people in general. We like to think that it's any time to pop off and swell up on somebody and tell them, you know what, and interrupt and overtalk and be disrespectful. They never were practiced to be respectful, so now when it's time to be respectful, there's nothing there. Now that it's time to join Weed Club, get your Weed Club now. For $42 a year, you can be invited to all Weed Club events and weed swag bags and weed on shirts. It's a whole Weed Club, and we will invite you to events and let you know where it's cool to source and smoke safely. That's what you call a plug. That's a commercial. I'm learning this stuff. Homeboy's doing the smells. I love me some smells. We're going to do that too. I'm like a Cool Water Cologne, Chrome, Issey Miyake today type dude. So, I love talking about fashion. I love talking about smells. That's just the man in me, gearing up to talk to other men, beards on shirts. So they can put their beardly shirt stuff. We got some shirts. I'll show those off too, but people keep ordering cats on shirts. Is going to be huge. I keep saying that. I've been on that for like 10 years. Just want to make it explode. It's not enough to just own the website, y'all. It's a reality, and I'm not in any disillusionment. It's not enough to just own the website. I also have to work it. And I don't even know how to work websites, so I have to find somebody that knows how to work it. Trust them, pay them, raise up the money, pay them, check it, redo it. It's never been enough. I'm almost on my eighth, ninth version of my website, and it still needs work. So, I live in that world where it's not easy, to make a dream a reality. It's easy to dream. You just go to sleep, close your eyes, and it's a disillusionment. But you have to wake up. Like, we have to come up with partnerships. Rent's expensive. Find yourself a roommate. Find yourself a live-in roommate, preferably a wife. But like, that's what we're doing. We'd rather be right and alone and deal with someone's shit and our own shit than split the bills, go on trips, go on vacations, spend time with another individual. No, we'd rather sleep alone. Well, now I don't have a headache. Well, life has headaches. Well, what are you going to do? Quit your job because it gave you a headache? No, you keep working. And that's what's so funny. Like you said, when you're talking to a judge, a police officer, someone of authority, all of a sudden you have the ability to curb that attitude bullshit, right? And not be so like you know it all. And that's what I kept seeing in these Kevin Samuels women is the know it all. Well, first thing, let me tell you something, and can I talk? And then it'll be you're right, I agree with all that, but and it's one of those where you think you're in the realm of tennis. You think that maybe you think you're in that game, and you pick the wrong Olympics because that's not what it is. It's a long distance race. It's called communication, and we as men we have a whole hierarchy for this stuff, and I find it fascinating. Last night I watched a show. I guess it got canceled in the first episode, but he had mentioned it. But anybody ever gets a chance, I'll play the real quick 1 minute clip video because it was so short. But it calls Y, the letter Y, The Last Man Standing, and it was a show about a dude that he's the last dude on planet Earth, and everybody thinks that's really kind of cool. But he's the Y chromosome, and X chromosome, Y chromosomes, all the men on the planet die. So it's important that we have this conversation. There it is. Everybody's together, everybody's smiling, and then one day, right in the middle of the Pentagon, the president, you okay?
Mr. President, you're...
I'm fine.
Come on, guys.
So you want to be independent, you want to live without men, you don't need a man, you don't need no protection, you don't need somebody to go get the cheddar for you, you don't need a teammate to talk to, you don't need a coach, you don't need a life partner. Cool. Just do it by yourself. The last man standing with the monkey. Because everyone else died. I know this is a hypothetical, and it's an affects.
Power plants will start to shut down.
Which city? All of them.
Somewhere in the answers how this all happened.
Like, we're doing the military stuff, we're doing the road work. I mean, all we needed was somebody to come home to
Reproductively interesting.
be reproductively interesting with. That's weird, right? Reproductively interesting, but I mean, find somebody that's reproductively interesting. The fuck, man? Find somebody that you're willing to be a partnership with. And that's what you're saying. Well, if he loves me, he'll put up with me. Nobody has to put up with your shit. I've been told to myself by other women, thank you, Brittany Fuga. I gotta just shout her whole name out. She fucking said it to me and set me straight. And she was such a beautiful woman, and I couldn't get my shit together. I was so insecure and saying weird shit and fucking it all up. And then I think I was starting to leave my pay grade, right? I never felt that way before, but then I started to see my own marketplace. You know what I'm saying? Like, as I get older, how much younger do I go? How much money do I make? They make. It's none of my concern. Religion, none of my concern. These kind of things. But getting along, I haven't done my job. Right? Like, I have to still do my job. I still have to manage people and manage a business and manage myself, and so do you. That's your full-time job. But most people don't want to do that. They don't want to manage themselves. They don't want to manage their alcohol intake. They don't want to have any discipline. And then they wonder why everything's off. What do you mean the power plants are failing? Which ones? All of them, bitch. All of them are failing. And it's like your awareness is so unpolarized, it's so stuck in emotions of where's everybody at, and I can't focus when we got to do something with the electricity here before the whole world goes blank. Say, what now? Yeah, men are running this show and you don't know. You've been taking advantage of them on some high priority shit. Well, we chase you. That's right, we chase you. You can feel odious about it. They're chasing me. But if no one's picking you, then you're not getting chased. And if you're not getting chased, you won't procreate. You won't have a team member. So either you get chosen, like the other antelope, which one's delicious, which one's young, you know, or you get to become clever and befriend a lion. You know what I mean? Like get with another. I'm just making this up and say befriend a lion, but you will need some protection. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna need somebody looking after you, and that's literally what my mom made me. So I have some kind of talk protection situation. I keep telling her I'm not your doctor. She's trying to make her son her doctor. I'm not your doctor. You know what I mean? I'm not your doctor in the slightest. I can't tell you what to do or how much medicine to take, but you'll talk to me like I'm your doctor and give me all your ailments and things like that. But that's not the person's lane, right? We keep trying to put other people in our lanes like, hey, I need you to be the father of my children. They already got a father. Wrong lane. But you try to make two lanes of one lane, which will make incoming traffic hit each other. And we don't want to stay in flow. We don't want to discipline and put the orange cones out and where the traffic should go or where our lives should go. We just want to live, right? But eventually you got to pick the car you're going to live in and the house you're going to live in, the style you're going to live. So we're picking things. That's the delusion, man. You know, we're choosing things for sure. Maybe not what we think that we like, but that's because we're staying unconscious. So if we're making aware decisions and say, what's my end goal, right? My end goal was successful, right? My end goal is family. What's your definition of success? I just fucked up having a chance at a family, but it's still family. That's my end goal. Why? Legacy, genetics, procreation. I'm getting older. This ain't gonna be lasting forever, and I gotta come to realities about my situation. I'm 42. I could probably have children until I'm 50. Luckily, that's my genetics, right? But if I don't become successful, I don't get to procreate. Truth. If I don't learn how to talk to women, they don't want to be around me. Truth. And that's the training of it. But most people want to be pick me. I'm magic. It's like magic's out there at the Columbine, and everybody's running, and they're taking these guys. What's their 40 times? That's where the magic's at. It's not out in the valet area with all the hoes sitting inside the hotel waiting for all the new NFL draft multi-millionaires to be there. Like they want to fuck some hot piece of ass that's just available. There's no consciousness to it. I'm literally in Vegas and I saw about 20 hoes sitting outside waiting to pick up an NFL draft guy. And it's real. They really believe that they're gonna make one. Hey, he saw it. I'm cute. I'm available. I don't even post up at the club no more. I don't even let you come approach me. I come to where you're at and apply myself. You know, now you apply yourself. Now you got strategy. You're on time. You know what hotel they're at. You put on all your eyelashes, and now you're organized. The first time in your life that you actually organized something. It wasn't in college to do an undergrad or a thesis. The only time you're organized is what shoes to wear matching your dress, so you can take it off in about 5 seconds to somebody you don't even know. He don't even care, and that was your one chance at fame, fortune, and your future. I just made that up. Fame, fortune, and future. It's based on someone else. And instead of thinking that way, they just want to marry a man. They just want to be taken care of. So it's me. It's all I want. You haven't learned the art of negotiation. And that's what it is. Somebody's going to want something from you. What do you think these rappers are doing? They're grabbing your cell phone and they're not going up there to play pickup sticks. Are you going to be wifey material? They already have a wife. Now what? You want to be a side bitch? Want to be knocked up by someone you don't even know so you can make $50,000 a year? Some people's thoughts are that way, and that's when you're delusional. And it sets a bad example for other women. And now I have bad trust issues, right? My mom, she can be imbalanced. My own mother, my ex, same. And look what I was searching for. So I could blame them for being imbalanced, or I could blame myself for the decision for searching for them. And that's what I do. It's more self-examination. You go like, dude, what's up with your flow, bro? Like, what's up with the MO? Your motive operandi. What's your reason for doing this shit? And then this is like a real good question to ask every morning in our lives is go, why am I doing the things that I'm doing? And then these things end up controlling us and becoming our habits and becoming who we are. So if you have a chance to get there and sit there and say, hey, yo, you, let's make the decision now. I'm going to start in my 20s because I want to have a family. I know my prime years of finding them in college and building with them. A lot of girls are waiting for the strategy because now he's already built it. So if he's built it by himself, what does he need you for? To calm down and to have ease and have a family and bring that kind of energy. Most girls are like, nah, we're both going to be CEOs. We're both going to go to the board member. We're both going to talk at the same time, even though men have created a system where we can communicate, right? We don't get any credit for that, but our system works. I mean, sure, there's a lot of this, but I mean, we have a system to communicate through military systems, our whole communication, and that was Napoleon too, that organized armies and divisions and stuff like that. Responsibilities, accountabilities. People are on this field for a reason. That's the only reason they're here for it. That's the way we do it. Y'all giving out sixth grade trophy winners a big time job when they haven't proven anything to earn it. We do things to prove it, right? Like joisting and push up contests or some sort of contest to prove that you should be on this field and you should have the job that you have by merit. Thanks to Genghis Khan, it became merit and not hierarchy or nepotism. So you can have nepotism like, oh, that's my son, he should be head of the catapults. And you're like, bro, doesn't even know how to spring a rope. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can't even lift the rock, bro. Are you serious right now? Back in the day, it used to be serious and they would lose serious battles and they realized that it was a little too serious to play stupid games. And once it became on merit, people are going to go out there and earn their merit. They're going to hold flags. They're going to go take hills. They're going to take on objectives and win. That's what women wanted. They wanted the guy that could go out and win. And that's what you're going to have to do is find a partner that wants to win with you. And that's a winning attitude. If it's always infighting and everybody's got trust issues and everybody's toxic, uh, you need an antidote and you need to find it quickly because there's a lot of toxicity out there. But finding somebody to be toxic with, like that's the fucking clue. And everybody's just trying to find their perfect match, but you need to find the perfect antidote to your bullshit. Like everyone's kind of a rash, it's like a rash that starts scratching. You're gonna need the chamomile lotion. You're gonna need to find somebody that's your chamomile lotion that when you're irritable, they're the antithesis of it. And then it'd be nice that they'd like the same music and smoke weed and get along and all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, we could go into that stuff, but is that what we're dating? Are we dating our list? Or are we actually dating people? People that come with their own list of things that are not on your list, And this girl had a list and she kept everything she put on that list was another excuse for her not to take the responsibility of finding a man. And well, I set up a business. And how's that going for you for finding a man? Which goal is it? Well, I want to be successful. Well, now you got it. You successful. What's your definition of success? Having money. Cool. Mine's having family. I'd much rather have the time over the cash. I'd much rather spend it than make it. Some people get off on making it. I end up, I mean, I like making my dreams come true, but I don't get extra pumped up when a lot of money comes around. I don't go like, yeah, flood this shit going on. It just goes right back into the business. This is a life cycle. It's another shake. You know what I mean? It's another shirt. It's just another brick that took me a while to build. This wall. It takes a while to build, and most people aren't trying to put in the college hours to do it, and that's the disillusionment, and it's real. So anyway, I spent an hour of my time. I'm gonna get you on this. We're gonna go live again. I'm gonna give everybody a chance to speak up and get in it. We'll see if we can get somebody on the Saints Addiction channel. If you get a chance, go ahead, like, share, subscribe. Saints Addiction looks like this. We're almost to 3,000 people, and it's a blessing. It's a blessing to even have a show. Did anybody watch it? It says 13 views. J-Ho, shout out to you. We're also going to do this again. Let's get this alive. If you've been watching this full hour, which no one has, says 0 people. If you get to watch back when it gets replayed, do me a favor, solid favor, and just comment below that I made it the full hour. That's all. Just so we know who's watching it everything like that. So got 32 followers. Let's get it how we live. Ready? Yes, blessed. Just like that. Boom, baby, boom. Rise. Shine. Get some lights, yo, live. This is your morning marijuana motivation time again, going live through the live. We are live here. You are live here. We are live on YouTube. And if you haven't already followed, like, share, and subscribe, you fucking up. The show is going into a lot of depth now. We're doing the mental health. We're talking about life this morning as the disillusionment is real. You know, about all the people that expect life to just happen for them without putting any work into it, that they're just going to be successful because they said they would be. They're just going to be a millionaire because they said they would be. They're going to meet somebody and have children because they said they would be. No plan of action. No rhyme or reason, no explanation. It's just because I said I would. And it's a tough disillusionment because now we live in a real world where it only works if you work. And don't wish work is what the phrase is this morning. But it's the tank top I was wearing yesterday said before it faded away. Shout out to water-based inks. But it needs to be said. That's when we talk about Saints addiction. It needs to be said about, and let people call in here on the Instagram, but can't call in on the YouTube. But you know what disillusionments that we put ourselves under keep us under. You know, I was talking about limited disbeliefs. You know, like not believing in something. There seems to be abundance of believing in things, but the limited disbeliefs we keep on ourselves, like life is a beautiful adventure. Um, Printing on cups too, but being able to take your life in your own hands and stop putting it on other people and circumstance, start having a plan. You know, it's going to be really tough if you don't work your plan and you don't work your life, because that's what you're setting up to, right? You're setting up your whole life to learn yourself, how you work, then learn others. Because I think there people are skipping that step. They don't want to learn how they interact with the world. They'll just assume a personality and hold it and see if it works with the multiple individuals that they meet with. But adjustments. When you meet new people, you're going to hold your role, or you're going to establish a role. Most people are just going to hold their role. I'm a wallflower. I'm an introvert. I'm an extrovert. Blah blah blah. And contain themselves. That's what we talked about the other day, being in one of these boxes, and then you only keep yourself in the box. This is free box thinking. You want people to take advantage of it. Again, I'll go live for a little bit here on Saints Addiction. Let people get, maybe I'll do a quick half hour shine. Do the morning marijuana motivation every morning. I'm talking about doing the real, you know. So when this is all done, I'll do another quick reel of motivation, just really blow up the spot, get everybody in on it. But you got the live, and that's most important, is to get information. So even if you're watching it later and using the information, you know, it's pretty easy to find. Everybody can get on YouTube's or, you know, internet, Wi-Fi, whatever. But applied knowledge, right? Like, where are we applying our knowledge to? Most of it's memorization and earning, right? Like, we want to just whatever it takes to learn to make money. And then we forgot what it takes to learn to make how to make money is learning people. And you really want to get rich. I'm serious, to this phone and this phone. Learn people. That's it. Learn people. And you got to learn people, because that's where the money comes from. It didn't come from a tree. It came from somebody either hiring you. You need to learn how to get that job and act right and keep that job and keep it high flowing and getting some side of upper growth. Or you can stay creative. Like I said today, the creative adult is the child that survived. You know, if you want to survive your childhood, you get to stay creative and stay blessed and not stressed. That's what most people want to be. We talk about being competitively happy. And I think most people are self-sabotaging on a regular basis, the limited disbeliefs. And also it's the It's the goal. If the goal in mine is just to beat everyone, which mine was for a hot minute, then I beat everyone, then I'm all alone. I'm just being realer about my stuff. And that's why I call it Saints Addiction, because I had to be honest about me having addictions. It's easy to be a saint in my last name, but it's not so easy to keep the moniker and live up to it. And that's what we got to do. We live up to our saintly ways. We don't want to do that. We even be heathens, hedonistic, and get everything that we wanted. And again, I said I went that route with the addiction, but it couldn't make me happy. I couldn't get happy enough. You could put truckloads of coke. It doesn't work. You've seen the movie Blow. You can win 400 million, $500 million, $500 million in boxing and still be unhappy. Thanks, Mike Tyson. Boston George. The people, the Whitney Houstons. Like we talk about that. We look at those things that's supposed to make us happy, and why hasn't it made us happy? And this is exactly why. We ain't happy because we're not doing it right. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you know. Not a fake happy, because that's easy. You can just get a shot in the sushi. That's cool. But you went home alone to your dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you think that's enough. You sufficed a relationship with a pet as a relationship with an adult. And now we wonder why our whole relationships are fucked off. We don't know how to talk. And it was just like, okay, um, I'm learning this. I'm sharing with you guys. I don't have all the answers. That was the first thing. Examples to be the first mistake master would be probably the first to learn. The first one that figures it out is the next best teacher, right? So you can teach the fellow student next to you. Oh, I get it. You just taught me the equation. Here, let me show you how. That would be the awesome spirit. Instead, it becomes a competitive spirit. Like, well, did you pay your rent? And now you got to pay rent by yourself. Instead of coming together against the landlord, like I just read, and I thought that was genius. I was like, wow, there it is. Looking for a copy. I thought that was genius, dude. That you can go with the rest of your people and buy out the landlord. Oh shit, we got one, Mr. Moore, the day one, my guy. If you get in, you can show your hand, but I don't think he wants to go live. You know what I'm saying? I've been going live for a hot minute, and this is my day one for the nation. Are you gonna go live, Mr. Moore, or no? You gonna come live on here with me, talk about the show or anything else that you like or anything? I'm trying to wait for him and see if this goes. No? Where's my day one for the nation? I'm starting a show where everybody can call in. Learned it from Kevin Samuels. I'm really grateful for this man. He's taught me a lot. You got to get yourself a day one too. Somebody to support you. Get yourself stop 18. Who's that? Okay, we got another. Maybe someone day one's first, my guy, working as usual. Yeah, you gotta get yourself a day one. I'm working here too, my guy. This is the work. I've been doing some shit for a hot minute. It's not easy to give up 2 hours of your morning and prepare. I mean, it's kind of easy for me because I've already done it. God, man, I got snot everywhere. My allergies. But doing the morning marijuana motivation was like, to me, it was like being in school. You got to have a curriculum, and today's the lesson that we're talking about. And since my day one's here, I'm going to spark it up. Blaze one for the nation. Wheels and Warriors. Do yourself a favor and follow this man. Wheels and Warriors never stops, bro. Never stops. Part of that weed club. Come get your weed club, day one. Come get your weed club on. Uh-oh. They done now. Made out of plastic. It's forever. It's going to be in your car, in your pocket. It's forever, ever. So, it's a blessing. I also want to shout out Wheels and Warriors. Topics of choice. Oh, you get to get in here and talk about disillusionment, right? We were talking about the delusions are real. If you want to call live and be seen, show off the tattoo, the Saints Anarchy. Hey, my day one's got one. You can call in, fire it up. I think you got to call in. I don't know how to. It's a suggested here invite. There it is. Boom. Let's invite them. I said I sent the invite. Where's the day one? Let's spark it up. Day one for the nation's gonna get on the show, and we'll keep you off camera for the YouTube. But people will be able to get to see you. How come that didn't work? Send the invite again. There it is. Day one, my guy. Boom, baby, boom. There he is. There he is. Show it off. Show off the tattoo. Show off the tattoo. Look at my guy. Boom, baby. Boom. The power is real. The show is real. Day one's first. Let's spark it up. Hey man, I know you're at work right now, so just the one message for everybody that lives in the delusional world that they don't have to work for their 4 kids and that they're just gonna, just hey, I'm just gonna be married and have children. Can you tell us how easy it is?
Hey, it's not. You just gotta work together.
Work together. There it is, y'all. The day one. You gotta work together.
Strive to survive.
That's it. Any other advice we can get? Like how you make it work, dog? Like for reals though.
Just gotta stay focused, man. Set some goals, achieve them. Be happy.
Yeah, but you put up for a team. I know a lot of people don't get do that. You're a cool dude and stuff, but you got that +4 more. So people want to like live in a reality. Your reality is you're a kind of celebrity by night and a golf master, right? You know what I'm saying? But not all heroes wear capes, right?
Hey. Just trying to do what I can.
Day one's first, my guy. They'll get that. So, man, I know you're working. Go back to it. Thank you for calling in. Bless up, my guy. Get one for the team. You're a hero. You're a great dad. Shirts for dads. This guy. Chigathon. We'll see you later, bro.
All right, my guy.
Peace. Ciao. That's awesome. My day one for the nation. Like, how do we not do this some more? Who else? Jessica's in here. Should we invite Jess to say what's up? Are you ready to rise up and bless up this morning? That's the day one. Everybody'd like to be a father for. My man gets up about 5, 6 a.m. every morning, works the floors, does flooring for a living. He's a very tall individual, so he has to bend, and that hurts his back. Thank you very much. Bless up to him for being a real man in a world where he could just be about his sneakers and being on his couch and smoking weed. That has never been him. He's always been a father, whatever is complete sacrifice. Even after his truck got stolen a couple months ago, bam, he's already up on a truck. So you talk about people that want to talk. The disillusionment's over when you're bent over doing the flooring at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., making it work. So, I mean, you can make it work or you can just talk about it. And I think that's what a lot of people end up doing. They just want to talk about it instead of be about it. And that was really real too. So let's blaze up. Let's keep going. We got 12 minutes, another like 15, 16, 17, 18 minutes to go on the Saints Addiction channel. If anybody wants to call in and talk about some disillusionments, this is what's for the day one. You saw the tattoo. That's really real. The show's really started. People really do watch. They can be on a floor and just slide the phone over and just hear some words of encouragement. I've been very grace to that. I didn't know, man. I didn't know doing this show that it would be a show. That wasn't the plan. So here it is in actuality, but it wasn't the plan. And let me step this back. But how many of us are doing that? We're not working our plan, and then we're shocked because it's not part of the plan. It's all part of the plan, right? We're shocked when it doesn't work out. And that's what I've been saying to people is that, my best made plans have been laid to waste in front of me. And even now, there's still 0 people watching on YouTube. Eventually, that bitch will say 1,000 because I willed it and I just stay consistent. And I know I'll get one video that'll hit and then everybody will start watching. But it had to start with some zeros. Everybody wants 1,000 people a day. Like my guy Kevin Samuels, it didn't start working until he invited women on the show. When he started asking women their opinion and letting them give it up. Bless you, Mark. Thank you very much. I'm blessed. I'm blessed to have this life. And people just, how long has it been? Jessica and I have been friends since Periscope almost 9 years ago. Is that 8 years ago? 7 years ago? No. I don't know. Went out. By the way, Jez, we got your Kush lotions in the bag. We should probably just grab it for her, right? Let me grab her the bag. Grab the bag. The plan. And we're waiting for the shirt to get made to slide it in. What happens when you become a Weed Club member? You know, you get your Weed Club card, you get your weed swag bags. She got the extra lotions, Kush lotions right here. Wasn't lying to you. Boom, baby, boom. We got real products going on, real cards, real Weed Club members. This is going worldwide. You're welcome. Bless you, Mark. Years. It's been years. You know, doing the show for years. I'm just grateful that people get it. You know, so Kevin Samuels is like, "You're my psychologist." You know, it's like people need the same psychology or any psychology. It doesn't just have to be me either. It could be any psychology. So we all need it. That's why I give it. I need it. They need it. We use it. We can get more of it. And when people want to rise up together, bless up together, there's nothing that can stop them. He said a phrase. What did he say? Together, something. We work together. Work together. And I think that would be an awesome shirt just to have. Just to work. WORKTOGETHER. Work together. 2 words broken into 3 might let it hit home more easily. I'm always here for you. I appreciate that. You know. What do you were on Camfrog, Periscope? You want to call in, Jess? Do you want to give your opinion? No. You know, it's not easy to go live. Oh yeah, she did. She requested to join. Here we go. Here we go. Go live with Jess. Where you at, Jess? I just let you in on the show. Boom, baby, boom.
Boom!
Look at Jess. Jess is live on the show. Say what's up to yourself on YouTube Live.
Hello?
Yup. Oh shit, she's cutting out. What's up with your connection? You on a tough connection right now, or?
Am I cutting out?
No, now you're back in. That was cool. Maybe I was moving around too much.
I have to get his tattoo, man. That was a killer tattoo.
Oh my god, I know. He's gonna make me get my own tattoo. I gotta get it on my hand now. It's like you don't even get a choice. It's like it's already set an area. I think it's actually on his left hand too. So it's like I kind of want it on my right hand. So when I shake hands with people, I'm like, yeah, bitch. You know what I'm saying? No, too soon.
Look at this tattoo.
I don't have any tattoos. I don't have a single tattoo. So I'm on some. My friends have to get it, and they know all the other different logos. So it's like, I got a mostly Saints one. He's like, how many do I gotta get? The halos and horns, and the Saints brand one, and I don't know. I'll be all over the place. I gotta wait till my grandma dies. Yo, Marky, you don't have any tattoos, do you? Look at all those world travelers. They always come back with all these weird tattoos. I got a real grandma. She sounds just like that. She always want to look me over and shit, you know? Like, let me see you. Turn around. Ankles? Nothing? Okay. You know what I'm saying? No, Grandma, I don't have any tattoos. Because all those traveler backpackers, they just get these weird tattoos. I just don't understand it. You're like, cool. Thank you for your unsolicited opinion. Like, you know, it's real. But hey, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about disillusionment today. How many people do you know that are seriously delusional? They say things, but they don't put any work behind it, and now they're shocked at the results not being there.
Oh, damn. People are always like that.
Pretty consistent. Pretty consistently.
Yeah.
So that's my point. This whole thing is that we consistently underperform, and then we're shocked at the results not being there. You know, like it's just gonna come knock on the door offering blowjobs. Miss America is like, hey, you know, she's just gonna show up beautiful, time for a blowjob. And you're like, you know, that's exactly what I ordered on my Uber Sluts. You know, like I just made that up. It was Uber Eats, Uber Sluts. You know, we had to do Uber Sluts to make a logo. It just came to my head.
Oh, man.
It's true though.
Hashtag Uber sluts.
Fans only. Fans only. Well, I mean, did you watch any of these Kevin Samuels episodes? Did you see any of that? You ever see him? He's a black man, very well dressed, was giving black women straight advice of why they're not having any black men in their lives and all these. I love the black man. I want a black man. I support the black man, and they'll be the first one to chew the motherfucker out and tell them how it is and interrupt them and overtalk them. And I mean, you've had a pretty solid relationship. How do you avoid to? What have you learned about men to interact with men to make you better at it? Like legit strategy, communication on its basis. Like
When you talk to the person, look at their eyes. Don't be like trying to watch them from crotch down. You always have to
I'm paying attention to you. I'm paying attention to you. I am listening. You're giving that vibe. I'm listening.
Yeah.
Yeah. See? Okay, cool. So I mean, it's almost like a woman, right? You're treating the man like a woman. He wants to be listened to. You know what I mean? Like he just wants to be heard right now. And I mean, I could be playing video games or doing my nails, but let me look at him a little bit before he snaps.
Yeah.
This is the time to pay attention. Oh, it's over now. Back to my video games. Cool. You alright, bro?
That's great.
Rugbila just joined too. I don't know who that one is. That's a new one. You know who this is?
Hey, Rug.
That's your people. See? There you go.
No, it's not mine. Not one of mine.
That's all your people. But I mean, thank you for sharing that, because listening is a huge trait. It's not necessarily one that I have, but each human wants to have, right? Each person wants to be listened to and felt listened to, and that connection, like you were saying, that give me the eyes, give me the passion, give me passion eyes. I just want to know that you're here with me in the moment. I need to share this emotion. I need to share this feeling. It's too overwhelming for me, so I need to solicit other humans to understand
You
it.
need to justify your behavior.
Yeah, and I got my microphone out, right? And so took your Kush lotion, soon to be yours. Like, hey, this is how I feel. And wait, you want to tell me? No, I need this microphone. I still need to tell you how I feel. I feel like it's a lot where we get in that level where we don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on with us, so we need a partner to figure it out. We need a psychologist, somebody outside of our brain to help us process this life better. And I feel that's what people misconstrue partnership with. Like, I mean, legitly, if we're all going to do Oregon Trail, you're going to have to go around with somebody. You got to pick a wagon. You got to pick a wagon, dog. Well, but I'm saying you got to pick a wagon and people that you trust and certain supplies to make it this journey, And most people just willy-nilly it. It's like, I just met you last night and now we one night stand and having babies. And it's like, that didn't cart before the horse. Or I had babies by somebody that I disrespect now. You had babies with this person, but now you badmouth your father. Or how about even people without kids, when they just don't even know how emotional they are, and people can't relate to them. They have no emotional regulation, so therefore it's hard for us to even understand what's really going on. That's a tough one, It's a tough one for people to get into their way or out of their way. And I think that's the key to it. Finding somebody that can help you figure out yourself, wants to do the Rubik's Cube, that's you. Yeah, that doesn't mind your Rubik's Cube. I think it's entertaining to them. And then what are you going to do to adjust your Rubik's Cube to fit them and be an entertaining game? Everybody thinks that people just want to go around do Rubik's Cubes. No, most people pick up that trouble. Here's monkey tail. Monkey tail. And they'll just put that problem down. That's too much.
Yeah.
Your Rubik's Cube? Ooh, how many unfinished Rubik's Cubes are out there?
There's a lot.
Yeah, because it's a lot of work to put together. So now you're going to have to find somebody that either does it in 3 seconds, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, like all these little kids. Or you actually have to find somebody that enjoys this process with you. And then you make your game enjoyable. I was watching the other day, I don't know if you know about this, but Monopoly's been stolen like 4 different ways. Did you know about Monopoly, the game of Monopoly? So, it used to be called, before it was Monopoly, because they didn't think the word was even available at the time, it used to be called finance. and it was a game that they would do. All the Quakers would make their kids play board games. I'm serious, and they replicated it, made the games themselves, and it became an underground thing. And then some other dude got a wind of this, got one board. They invited his friends. They kept track of all this stuff, and he was mad because it didn't have no rules. So they had to come up with Monopoly rules, and then the other guy had to come up with the logos, and it was like basically stolen from four different people. Monopoly's been built by four different people. Someone else did the rules, someone else did the logos, someone else had the idea. You know what I'm saying? Like they just totally stole all of it and sold it to Milton Bradley or Parker Brothers. And they go, here you go. And they thought they really bought it from the right dude, and then there was a lawsuit. It was all funny. It's fucking funny. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Smoke and talk over here. But yeah, what do you think of the new format of the show?
I like it. It's up on here.
It's up
better than all the other.
Just one.
Better than all the other stands it was on.
Well, I couldn't get it to work on Melon. It would look like it was working, but it wouldn't actually work. It'd be black and no sound. And you're like, what did I just record? You know, my phone case? Like, yeah, like it wasn't doing it right. So here it is, you know. Gotta get my day ones first in. Everybody that's been around since day one, you know, I know this show's about to go up a bunch of levels. You know, this dude that just died had almost 2 million views. I had 2 million hearts on Periscope. It sounds like a good 2 million subscribers. And I'm not much one to give dating advice. I'm not successful at it, you know, but psychology is my degree, and my expertise. Like the only strong suit that I have is mental fortitude, you know, and consistency is about the only thing that I can keep doing. I love showing off the shirts and creating things, but I was like, you know, I wanted it to be useful. I wanted it to be more than just smoking weed. I wanted people to get mental health, and that was my biggest concern.
Yeah. Difficult.
Well, he's talking about relationships, man. I'm talking about the difficult stuff. That's what, see, it's not easy to, you know, mention your addictions. That's what I call Saints Addiction. You want to kind of buffer yourself from, like, hey, here's my. I mean, it's easy to go the laundry list of things you want from someone else. The laundry list isn't matching for what you got to provide or what's wrong with you, you know? It's almost like your own, what do they call that when they check your VIN number? You know, when they do a background check on your car, Aquafax, or whatever, Fox Fax, whatever, on your car, and you're looking at that shit and you're like, damn, bro, I didn't see that when I looked on the outside, but what's up with this bent frame? Fender Bender, huh? 2018? You want to talk about it? No? Okay. And how about the one in 2016? No? Just no? No, nothing. Just keep glossing over that. Okay, cool. You know, I mean, it'd be nice to actually do some Carfaxing with each other.
Oh man, that'd be lovely.
And you know what I also learned from him?
What?
He interviewed his exes. Yeah. If you had to
That's
ask
crazy.
if you had to ask your ass, I think it's genius. If you're the time's already passed, the wound's already healed, but can you help me out? Tell me how you really feel. Like, what did I do right? Or what did I do wrong? Or basically, what did I do wrong? I really don't need the glorification. Just, well, he asked the question. If I was to ask your ex, what was it like dating you? What would he say?
Woo! That'd have been a whole lot of baggage if they asked me. I asked them that.
You don't go there then, or okay? So,
No, we can't.
You're okay. No, but I mean, what do you think they would say? Honestly, give me like 2-3 things he would say, like in a synopsis, not a short story. No. But what words do you think he would use to say that about you?
A whole lot of mess.
I'm not talking shit. I'm saying what words would he would say? Like, for example, I'll help you right now. The other girl was like, he kept calling her controlling, and they had a long distance relationship, and she would trip if he liked any big titty girls on the Instagram. He's like, woman, he loves titties. You're welcome. Like, he's actually, Sam Fatty's in here. Oh shit, Sam Fatty. We gotta get. Yes, dude, he's been making those bottles. Remember, he did the liquor bottles, tequila bottles, and made them into bongs. So he'll take your favorite glass bottle, and make it into a glass bong with all the stickers and shit. You can get a Patron one.
Give you a heart.
Well, he's the man, bro. I always support. But yeah, Sam Fatty brand, man, we got to get him on the smoking review. What's up, man? We're doing a new show. We're out live here on YouTube as well, if you haven't already followed, and we're talking about disillusionment. And I was just watching with Kevin Samuels and all these girls just under disillusionment, and he asked them to knock it off. And if you were to date your ex, what would they say about you? Like if you had to interview your ex, and they were like, "Well, how was he like as an employee? Did he show up on time? Did he?" So you guys want to say what's up? Say hi, bro, with the GH. Stay high.
That's the only way to be.
Pretty much, but I wanted to just get people more healing. So you didn't answer the question, Jess. How would he describe you? Like, pick 1 or 2 words, 3 words maximum. Of if he not bitch, hoe, slut, none of that, none of the derogatory stuff, but constructive stuff only. Like, what stuff were you like? Shit, he might have a point on that.
Yeah, I say I have a whole lot of messy.
So he called you messy.
He has been. I can name a couple exes that would call me messy.
So it wasn't that they were calling you messy; they were calling you disorganized.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. What kind
With my
of
life.
key words that they were giving you? Marav, we got a girl in here. I hope. Is that a woman in here? Reaper. Yeah, we got a Reaper, and we got 30 minutes of psychology here, y'all. So go ahead, swipe and invite your friends, because we're gonna go deep into this.
Oh, look! I know Merle. That's my cousin's wife.
There you go. So someone's got a successful relationship.
And Reaper's a friend of mine.
So this is Jess's.
So yeah, people are
This is
following
Jess's
me.
scope. This is Jess's live. You can tell everybody what everybody thinks about you. It's so similar.
Hello, Merle. Manishma.
Did you speak a different language?
Hebrew.
You said Lahaim?
No, I said, hello, how are you?
Give it to me. It'll teach us. I love languages.
My Hebrew's terrible.
Just teach
You're
me.
asking me.
I'll teach you some Thai. Give me what you just said.
I just said shalom.
Shalom.
Manishma, how are you?
Mahishma.
Manishma.
Manishma.
Yes.
Manishma.
Yes.
Merhaba is how they
Merhaba?
say it in Turkish. Most Muslim countries is merhaba. So when you say Moshiba, say again.
Manishma.
Manishma.
Yes.
Money shma. You just say money and shma? Pretty much. Money shma.
Yeah.
Money shma. Huh. And it's so merhaba. I'm curious how far back that gets close. That one sounds like a close one. If you're in Thai or China, Nung Song Sam, see Ha. Ha seems to be the 5. 3, Sam seems to be the number 4-3 for other cultures too. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
I'll give you a case in point. When it's in Portuguese, instead of uno, dois instead of dos, it's still tres. And cuatro and cinco are still there. Seis, set. Instead of siete, it's set. And instead of ocho, it's oito.
Oh.
Nove instead of nueve. Des instead of
I'm
diez.
learning something new.
Well, I love languages, so I was just like, teach me that, because I love the orientations of it. It sounds so similar to merhaba. You said manisha. Manishab? Manishu. What'd you say?
Manishma.
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 Manishma. Manisha.
Yes. Manishma.
Manishma. Manishma.
Yes.
Manishma. Yeah, my Hebrew's off too. I got the Yiddish out the yin yang. I'd love to get my what is it? My Hebrew on. You know what I'm saying? I want to learn languages. I've been there a couple times because I walk past people and I'll know if they're speaking Thai, Laos, Cambodian, Japanese, Korean, Chinese. I know what they look like, the difference. Like, it's the culture. Like, people get really racist in our other fucking places, but there's a culture. You can learn people. I think that's what the whole show's about, is to leave our disillusionment and learn new people. Like, we think we live in a world where those people are the same. And that's a disillusionment. They're not the same. They're not the same at all. Actually, Koreans fought the Chinese for their own rights. They had their own languages. Same like
Yeah.
Finland. Shalom Marav. Marav. Oh, you just said what's up to them.
Not Reaper, Marav. That's my cousin's
Actual
wife.
nickname. I got you. So, yeah, I learned something new today. But you still didn't get it. So, what's the other word? You said messy. What's the second word? Without them calling you a name. What's the corrective, constructive criticism?
I have a lot of issues. I can say dramatic.
Traumatic? They call you dramatic or traumatic?
Dramatic.
Traumatic. They call you traumatic, not just your issues.
Dramatic.
Dramatic. Yeah, that makes more sense. Drama queen? My mom.
I have issues.
My mom too. She raised the alarm yesterday while I was in the middle of the show and called twice and left a voicemail and just to tell me she wasn't feeling well. And I'm like, I'm not a doctor. I have no sympathy for this. I don't know what you need from me because I'm not the one. I mean, you need attention.
She needs comfort from you.
Exactly. And it's just like, you need a dog
You're
or a husband
like
and not the one. I'm your son. I'm supposed to go get the bread and do things, and to keep people out of their lanes or get the things that you want from them is a huge delegation technique that most people don't have. They don't know how to delegate to the right person. I know, like, when you call someone, that you're only going to call a person that you can get the right feeling from. You're probably not going to call your boot camp person when you needed that comfort.
Yeah. You don't get sympathy from boot camp.
And I find that happened, honey. I know that with that ex girl I just went through that with. She expected me to have all 5 love languages, and I expected to have all 5 love languages, right? She expected me to speak nice to her, but her words of affection were not there. She told me she wasn't raised that way. So not only does she not talk to her father at all, but she didn't have the terms of affection. They're like, say something nice to me. They're like, what do you want me to say? Not that. You know what I'm saying? What do you want me to say? Do you need cue cards? I kept saying, like, do you want me to hold it up? Most people just have it in their heart to say, I really love being around you and you make me feel good and thank you for being in my life. Not much of a cue card there, not much of a, but I mean, everybody's walked down the Hallmark aisle and came up with a few lines or 3. I mean, fuck's sake, if you don't know, and that's your weakness, go learn it. You know what I'm saying? Go to the Hallmark aisle, load your fucking lip. I don't know how to talk to girls, but I know how to do one phrase, one-liners. Get yourself a couple one-liners. You know what I'm saying?
Pets are like mirrors. I can see myself in them.
Exactly. Yeah. Esta fiesta en los pantalones. There's a party in my pants.
That's great.
Yeah. You get some. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't want to try. Nobody wants to adapt. I think they're looking for the key to fit. We're doing like the skull keys. We're trying to pick locks and shit. Instead of making our locks a little more available to open, we're making people do more trick bags and look through different keys. Like, I legit saw this the other day. He said, see this lock? It takes 3 keys to open it. Have you seen this thing? Have you seen the 3 lock key?
No.
So one's just to set it, right? Then it gets open a little bit. Then you put the one in the side, right? Then you got to wind it to go all the way up to expose the other key on the other side.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Also impractical. I mean, goddamn, if you had to open it twice, you'd be frustrated,
I know.
And that's us. We're asking people to do all sorts of stuff. I do it. I admit it. I make them do the. I call it the gauntlet. Run the gauntlet. Fuck, dude, you're making it into a what was the show back in the day where they used to five Mr. Green guys in the house? This is my friend. I actually got one of my own friends in on the show. This is a successful human being on the planet, not because of about the money he makes or the car that he drives, although he drives a really nice car, cars on shirts. My guy here, Mr. Green, he takes care of a family. He raised up a wife and took her out before they even had a kid so that she could feel loved, and he did the work. You know what I'm saying? He put in the work. A lot of people think it's a competition on looks, and then it's a competition on work, showing up early in the morning, delivering the newspapers early in the morning. He's that early. A lot of people say, oh man, it's just newspapers, it's just early. You can get up, you can do the job, but you don't. So shout out to Mr. Green. He's got his now 1-year-old son. I just saw the photo. I remember when he had a child, was really underweight and really not gonna make it. And now that he has a kid, you see the touchdown of it all. You know what I mean? The touchdown of it all. I envy this man. I just missed my touchdown, and I missed my touchdown because I was too aggressive. Calling myself out. I got called aggressive. She said she didn't feel safe around me when I was losing my temper. I called her out on bullshit. I mean, a lot of but the drama queen element of it falls in hand, right? To call, let me fire you up and pretend like you started it. Let me Amber Heard your ass. Let me just let me set you up for failure and just be shocked that things happen back. Like I'm gonna shit in your bed, but you can't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, I will fucking do something about it. You just shit in my bed. Like, some of us are reactive. Some of us are going to turn around and Mike Tyson on you in an airplane. Some of us don't have control mechanisms as much as others, or we don't take shit. You need to know that we've had an environment where people would try to do shit to us, and we put up self defense mechanisms to protect ourselves.
Yes.
This is a learned behavior. This is something that we've all learned to do in our own lives and say, hey, yo, bro, you're doing the thing. You're doing the thing that makes me do this thing. Nobody wants to have these kind of conversations. I don't know, man. I must be good on my YouTube and bad in my relationships because she kept referring to me as myself on the show. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm in an interpersonal relationship. This is a show. This is like, I'm trying to hold the show. I've been doing it for quite a while. I mean, I'm doing it, but like in my interpersonal skills, I'm not exactly talking about my father's abuse to my mother and me learning it. I don't want it to be Saint psychology where it's like everyone's life story. What I will say is my own accountability. The accountability of what I do in my life, not what my parents have done or the school has done or Jesus has done. Like a lot of extracurricular aliens. Like we could put it on a lot of external stuff, but I'm just talking about me, my habits, the habits that I've chosen to get the results that I've gotten.
Well, on the most part, you've been really successful.
Thanks. That's what it says on my bracelet. I don't feel successful yet.
I think you have been. You're able to travel. You've made a good amount of money. You've created a lot of good stuff. The shirt, the hats, cat on hats.
Cats on hats, man. Everybody loves it. It's part of it.
Cat on.
Yeah, I feel like that would be successful once it's properly launched. I mean, I only got them up to Instagram level. I own the domain names. I've been working on them all. Like you go to Cats on Shirts right now, but it's not fluent like I want it to. I want you to be able to choose the all over print too, and like you said, the hats. That's what I would consider successful. Until then, I'm always just attempting. You get what I'm saying? And even this show, been doing it for 10 years and going live, but it's just attempting. It's not the same as doing an actual podcast. Because she kept asking me too about podcasts. And I'm like, bitch, that's what this is. Like, what else do you call this? What's the difference? I guess the difference is the level of it, having a different shirt on every day, being with the actual green screen. Like I said, the Melon app, they would do the ticker below here and talk about Thanksgiving. But sometimes it wouldn't record at all, and then they put it on me like, let's troubleshoot it. I'm like, bitch, I'm in Brazil. I don't have time to troubleshoot your app. Like, I don't know anything about apps. I know I pay $15 a month and it's supposed to work. Like, the fuck are we talking about? So, I don't know. I don't know. But I know it's good to see people like Sam Fatty show up and do what the shows with the homies. You know, Mr. Green here. You know, Mr. Green guy, 555. That's the homie, and you know, it's nice to have friends like you that have been following the time and watch it develop. I
It's all
appreciate it.
about,
Huh?
it's all about the beard.
The boss, there's all shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I would, but I shaved it that one time.
Oh, that hurt me.
That hurt me.
I was just like, no.
Amelia, Amelia, no.
Oh man, you look good without a beard, but I like beards, especially on you.
I can't do anything about it. Like, there's nothing I can do. It's my facial structure. It's almost as like my having bushy eyebrows like my grandma. You know, like there's nothing I can do about it. It would break the shears. Neep. You're like, what just happened? Like, uh, very attuned to like my front yard has hedges. Sometimes they wall out into the sidewalk, and I need to trim them back off the sidewalk. I keen it to that. Like, my sidewalk has hedges. This is what my lot is in life. Some people might have white picket fences and baby faces that are just clean all the time. That wouldn't work. I would have a 7 o'clock shadow in 2 seconds. It would just not work. I had peach fuzz when I was 12, dude. Like, there's nothing but a boss here, beards on shirts. That's it. Which I just saw two more beards on shirts too. So you got a Weed Club shirts. Yeah, beards on shirts is rocking on my boy Scott Hitchcock. Shout out to him. You can go look him up. He's a beard award winner. So he goes off to these beard offs. He's got like one of these white Gandalf ones. I can't even with my hand. So I sent him the beard growth chart. He actually has the one with the measurement, and it's like real man, caveman, yeah, fireman, lumberjack. Yeah. That's the one. So he's almost wizard. Like, he's the bottom. So he just got third place somewhere, and I'm like, bro, you need some beards on shirts. Like, I'm not in any competitions, but he goes. Gets the mustache all trimmed up. Scott Hitchcock. Go check him out. HITCHCOCK. Hitchcock. And he's a magician. That's how we met. So some of these people would become lifers, and you would work an event, and he did a thing. I think I actually have a YouTube of him that he went and did a magic trick in front of us for a good 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, whatever, 15 minutes. My memory serves me correct. I don't know, but he was there doing it, and we met, and he's not living in Vegas anymore, but what he was, that's how I met him. And he didn't have a big beard at that time. So he's literally grown a competitive beard since then. You're like, ooh, let me go find him. Let me go find some of this beard porn. He said, Hitchcock? Well, I just said, heavy on the cock, more on the beard. It's beard porn for girls.
Look it up. I'm gonna have to look them up.
Well, I told the ex, she was stupid. We should have done it, but she has some big old massive titties. And I was like, you know, if you want to do this, we could do the Beards versus Titties show. And she would she just loved doing the soap. And she's like, oh yeah. Like, it was a fetish. And it was like, we could put jelly or foam or weird shit that shouldn't be in there, like mustard. It would catch attention. Like, I would wash it out eventually, but like, oops, mustard on my chest. Like, it makes no sense, but you're like, yes. Whoops. You know, cleavage cam was a beard cam versus, anyway, the beard cam, the B. So anyway, that was an idea, but that's been, the thing. I think keeping the beard was something like, oh, what the fuck's going on with this guy? And then they might think I'm Taliban. A lot of people say some stupid shit. Not a lot of people, but when I first grew a beard and we were still in the Middle East, I would get a lot of flack for it. Terrorist talk and shit. I'm like, don't talk to me like that. Yeah,
It's
don't be a
just the
disbeliever.
beard. People are
Dude, if I have long hair, are you gonna call me Apache? Like, are you gonna say racial slurs? Like, this is inappropriate. So that kind of inappropriate behavior, and then getting followed around 3 different times when I'm in a motherfucking airport,
Yeah.
Like, really? With the dog? Again? Whatever, dude. So anyway, some of those guys had shaved faces, by the way.
Oh.
For 9/11, yeah, some of them had shaved faces. So anyway, the point is that I want to be better at communication, with people, and I want to start this movement. You're starting it off with me. Hoppy Chulo's in here. Here's another hardcore homie. Beer on shirts, bro. Oh, I gotta play the recording. You remember him? He was from Periscope days, and he does beer. He's an actual brewer, an award-winning brewer. So he knows how to brew all over the United States, all the different brew houses. Look at you, following everybody. You're just like, yup. And
He's not.
he's what? He just
He's not in.
Well, he wasn't there, and it's still acronyms there. But hoppy, like poppy, but hoppy, like the hops and beer. HOPPY _ Chulo.
Yeah.
Hoppy Chulo. He's a hopster, man. The man himself, Greg Mendez. He's amazing. And I can say his name because that's so generalized. How many Greg Mendezes are there? You know, but how many Hoppy Chulos are there? It's like our split personalities. It's the other side, right? So I think that's all I really like talking about is dichotomies and learning the differences in people, that we can all be extremely saintly and extremely devilish at the same time, and it's in all of us. We can be extremely perverted and then extremely not so perverted at church at times, so try not to be. So maybe just not here. Can you just stop masturbating in church? Okay, too much too soon. But I like pushing the dichotomies, and also the stigmas and the stereotypes. I have a black and white. I'm black and white. People have black and white theories and thoughts, and there was just like no zones. This extreme Catholic stuff. That I get my Catholic stuff, and I can see Jesus smoking a joint. I can see him. He's got his two fingers up. Yeah, he's right there. Yeah, creation. Yep, he's passing him a joint. Yep, for sure. That's for sure. I see it. He's passing him a joint. The thinker. He's sitting there like that. I think he's got a joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no doubt about it in my mind. So questioning authority, sacrilegious thoughts, not praising things all too high to become perfection, where everybody's perfectly imperfect. And I think the show's been successful, even if I call 0 people, or one person's watching now on YouTube. Again, something I call successful would be that number being 2,000. Now 2 people are watching. Thank you for watching. You guys got 8 minutes of shine left to go. But that's going to be the new thing. People need only 1 minute reel to get that shine. I'm going to give them a quick shine. I'll give them the 1 minute video just to let them know I'm about to go live, and let them know what we're talking about for the day. And that's the topic. And then I think the reels will catch on. I'll get some help. I know help's coming. A lot of people are helping me in New Zealand. You remember Benny Mac? No? He's got a beard.
No.
Benny Mac's in New Zealand. He used to do his show on Periscope. He's amazing. And his not no more Periscope. He used to have the whole green backdrop. He still does green backdrops. He does tricks. He has the software to make me look like I have no beard. And then he's got no eyebrows or hair. So there's one that makes you completely baby face, which is creepy. I'm like, turn that shit off. But then he does one that just does his beard. So, we have all sorts of fun stuff coming, for the show. We got a lot of awesome shit coming, So he knows how to run it all over the world. We're going to be beaming, live from New Zealand when he wakes up. And shout out to Benny Mac when you guys get a chance. He has his own YouTube channel too. So we'll be able to get on other people's channels. I just got off the Adam Dunn show, which he's like worldwide. He counted down the 420 worldwide. So he caught people in London, Africa. It was super cool. And even did it at my show, actually ending at the Summer of Weed at the festival, but it was a disaster. So anyway, we live, we learn, we're going to live and learn together on this thing. I'm already on the shows doing it anyway. Been building the platform for like 10 years. Next thing you know, it'll have me all, in China and on the Great Wall of China and Hong Kong and looking super fly and super successful and been around the world and doing it for 10 years and, you know, the whole pitch, just to produce the podcast. But I've taken a page from all these guys. These guys are all doing awesome stuff, awesome work, and getting on other people's podcasts and then panel listing too. So I'll be speaking on panels and doing some public speaking, which should eventually be my motivational speaking. So this is a huge commitment, you know, like 2 hours, you know, every morning. I'm saying I smoked the whole blunt with you, you know, like that was gonna happen regardless. But you know, that's definitely a saints addiction. I admit it. But you know, we got the weed swag bags, you know. So now when everybody gets to join Weed Club, they pay their $42. They get their card in the mail with the weed swag bag. You bought the extra Kush lotions. People can build out their bag. Like you can add more to it. It's not like we're gonna deny you, but not everyone's gonna get Kush lotions. That was the extra $30. So probably should charge you $40. We're learning this as we go. Like the price of things. I'm just being honest of what it is or to make it because now we're making more batches. So anybody need Kush lotions, comment below. Got another like 6 or 8 orders. So some of
I
it's
love my
working. Yeah,
Bush
some of it's
lotion.
working. Yeah, but I'm saying now it's working. Like people are
Yeah,
ordering it.
I'm jealous.
You're getting one of the 10 first batches that we did, a 10, and then it's already someone ordered 6 and then an 8. So it's the double almost, you know? Like it already is past the first order. You get what I mean? Like it's already, those are gone. And now the next person's on some, yeah, I'm already out of the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I just got you some lotions. Yeah, bro, I need another one. Okay, bro. So now, because of you, now I'm out of like my sample stuff, and now I gotta go make more batches. I already own stickers in an hour. It's not hard to make the batches. We have a bunch of these. I gotta make more weed swag bags. I'm running out of stuff, so printing hours in full effect right now. I'm telling you right now, like I'm blowing up. People are getting designs on walls. I got tagged this morning for some decals in an hour. People, I told the rest of them on the show, but I'll say it again. Like he wanted to work out, and he was like all about it. He had phrases like work harder. I'm trying to remember them all because I liked them all. There's like men phrases, stuff that I say and shit. You know, it's just all the promotional phrases that you can think of. You know what I mean? And he wants them in his gym in his garage. So while he's working out, I told him men's workout tanks, but you need some men's workout tanks. But designs on walls. That's exactly what that is. It's just a vinyl sticker, and you make all your own motivational phrases. You know, some 6 inches tall, but however long they are, just a nice, work harder,
Yeah.
try better, be better phrases. Each his choice. And now, because I got tagged in it because of printing hour, now the business is blowing up. So a new designs on wall would be huge because everybody loves those love, happy life, or their family's names. You know, my friend does the actual names, like your name, like he cuts it out on the machine. So like a lot of people do their like family last names and key holders. You seen those
Yeah.
when your family last name are key holders? He does a lot of those on Etsy, and he kills the game on the cake toppers. So your name or your birthday, the ornate cake toppers on your birthday, the ones that are really shiny, he does those. So CAD systems, we're printing. I'm waiting for this to hit 10,000 subscribers. So as soon as this hits 10,000 subscribers, I'll be able to sell the shirts below the YouTube so people can purchase them directly. But that's my next goal. I have goals. I made it to 1,000 subscribers. Once you make it to 1,000 subscribers on Google, you can go live. Without that, you're not going live. Otherwise, it would just be my Facebook friends, and I'm not about that life, you know. And
Yeah.
I got doing it to the Instagram because I got inspired by Kevin Samuels, where it was like, okay, that makes more sense. So people are gonna shout out Mark Saint. They're gonna get the Saint psychology. This thing's gonna blow up. Letting callers into the show, doing the 1 hour of motivation like I normally do. Because what's 10 minutes of shine? It's just not enough shine. I'm trying to cover deeper subjects, and that's what we're going to go into the podcast. I've written down other morning marijuana motivations that need about 2 hours of format to digest. 2-3 hours of format to
I'm
get.
all down for helping you.
I'm just
You know
saying,
that.
but this is long format. We've done Periscope before. Most people are just flicking for the 1 minute format. This is about to be, this is almost 2 hours right now here in a minute. So I'm going to sign off for YouTube world. It's a YouTube world. It's our tube. This is basically a TV show. I'm grateful for it. And please like, share, and subscribe. It's so important because then I get to the subscribers to unlock the shirts. It's really my goal. I want to be able to put the stuff below it. I got work to do. I got to make the thumbnails better. I got to put, the comments and all the links and stuff in there. That's just a shit ton of work to do it and be a part of it. This one says we have 27 seconds remaining. So, as always, Chigatan. That means goodbye, but not forever to finish. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you get these pop ups when I go live. And it's been a blessing. Thank you, Jess.
Anytime.
On my heart from the start. Peace and love. We'll see you on the other side. Ciao. Ciao. Bella. Bella. We'll see you on the other side. Thanks for being a part of this. This was fucking dope. And I look forward to doing more of these shows with you guys. Saints Addiction. I'm out.